Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host AMF1534 here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Crash Bandicoot 2. And in the last episode, we spent way too much time in that level. I mean, we were in there for the whole freaking thing! And it's fine, like we got a gem and we got that crystal out of it, but we tried to get the other gem in there and it just came out to nothing. Just absolute zero progress made. And so it sucked. And so today we get to move on to something else, and it might possibly be worse. Not even kidding. I've been trying to avoid this for a really long time now, but it looks like I'm going to have to face the music here, and it's just... it's so frustrating, man. I mean, it's cool, you get to ride on a jetpack and everything, but it's an absolute bona fide nightmare in here. Like, I'm going to have to pinch myself halfway through just to ensure that the sheer terror of this level doesn't consume me whole. Like, they really rope you in with this crap. They're like, alright man, you're really gonna love this thing. You get to fly on a jetpack and you get to have the cool goggles with the helmet. What could be more fun than that? And then you start moving and it all goes to hell. I mean, I'm talking like the pull your hair straight out of your scalp type of hell. Which is great because I won't have to do that because I cut all my hair off today. So that is fantastic. It's one less thing I have to worry about. But it's just like the controls are really flowy and awkward, and like when you're going through the game trying to get all of the boxes in here, yeah, it just sucks. That's what I get for telling you guys in the very beginning of this series that I was going to go for the 100% run. I knew that was going to come back to bite me somewhere, but a promise is a promise. We got to do it. So, yeah, I don't know, like, the thing that really gets me about this is just like the controls for Crash here. Like, it's just really loose and awkward, and like I totally understand it. Like I'm not complaining that it doesn't make any sense, because you can in all likelihood be floating around in a no gravity area on a jetpack and just be able to stop on a dime whenever you want. That definitely doesn't make sense, but when you have to change directions, God, he just doesn't want to do it sometimes. He's just kind of just floating around at his own leisure. But like other than that, it's really not that bad. Like I love the music for this level, and I love like just the environment and the way everything's put together, and I love the fact that there's all these cool little obstacles for you to deal with. This might be my favorite one, actually. This one, like, whose idea was this for this whole little deal for defense? Like, it's like a guy who wrote a letter to the board director of security. He's like, hey, I got a proposition for you. It's the best one ever. So just hear me out. Just in case somebody's able to fly through the giant blast door that we obviously did not want to spend any of our budget on installing any type of locking system in here, then here we go. This is going to be the best part. We're going to take these 4 rotating satellite things, and we're just gonna have them flying around in a circle at just breakneck speeds, and then they'll stop every once in a while, and they'll just fire off lasers. And it'll strike so much fear into whoever might be flying around in there unauthorized that they'll just turn back and go away. And you know what? If they don't, then we're screwed. But here's the best part. It'll never happen that way. I did double-blind trials with that, and nobody fell for it. They all just went away. And then we realized that Crash isn't exactly your regular man. Like, look at that guy. He is absolutely nuts. Which is why he was the original concept character for Psycho. Yes, not the regular person that was the antagonist for Psycho. It was actually Crash Bandicoot, an inanimate thing. Was the real thing there, and I'm lying to you. You know, I was lying. This is actually probably one of my favorite things in your act, besides the crazy, weird rotating satellites. Like, this obstacle, besides the piping hot pipes over here that are glowing like the freaking sun, we've just got like this weird free-flowing beam of energy and lasers or whatever. No containment chamber of any kind. No any sort of just protective shielding for it. They're just like, you know, if someone's just gonna fly through here, just doing whatever they want to do, and they run into that, that's their own problem. So, forget those guys. Their problem, not mine. Okay. And then we got this weird, big ol' wire arm inflating, not inflating. That's not even a word. It is now, because I said it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh. Should have known. Should have known that would happen. Why wouldn't it at this point? Whoa! We almost got ourselves into something weird right there. Let's just go right on around and get the box and go way down, way down. Okay. I love this guy. He kind of looks like just like an even more robotic version of Kano. You know, he's got the whole cybernetic eye thing going on here. he's like, all right, I got an idea. I got another great security measure that I can implement. I can turn myself into a human lightning rod about every 5 seconds or so. So if he hits me, he's gonna get about 10,000 volts. But if in the other 80% window there that he decides to hit me, then I'm gonna die. I'm gonna dematerialize, and that'll be the enemy. But I'm banking on the fact that he won't. You know, it was actually a lot easier than I had thought it was going to be. Like, it was still kind of tough, but a lot easier than I was thinking. There must... Oh, you know what? I wasn't thinking of this one. I was actually thinking of Pack Attack. It's the one right after. It's level 24. That one's a lot harder than this one. Yep, that's going to be the one. We're not going to get there yet, though, because we've got to go through this first. Yay! I can just see the freaking glowy bugs from here. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh. Story time! Yeah! Okay, so speaking of sending letters, that whole letter to the chairman, to the board of the security or whatever thing I said, actually reminded me of something. This is yet another funny story of something that it just happened in Oregon, which is crazy because one of my viewers actually sent this link to me today. And it's weird, like, I got people living in different states that are sending me material for this stuff that's happening in my own state. I always found that strange. Like, I'm not saying that I watch every single edition of the 11 o'clock news, but I'm usually pretty good about staying up with what's going on in my own state, just because that'll give me good material for stuff to talk about. So thanks to Mr. Watercress for sending me this one. It's a real doozy. So, okay, here's the backstory. There's a city in Oregon called Pendleton. Actually, it's a pretty small place. A lot of weird people in there. One of my best friends grew up there, and he's a pretty weird dude, so that's why I say what I say. Not to mention, this story totally supports that. What in the hell is that? It's like they ripped the head off of a turtle and they, like, replaced it with a weird disco periscope. They're like, alright, I got another idea. We can totally scare the living crap out of people this way. We're gonna take a turtle, you see. We're gonna take him. We're gonna cut his head off, and we're gonna replace it with a periscope. We're gonna match it up with some crazy fast techno, you know, that type of crap. And they're not even gonna know how to handle it. Ah, damn it. They're just gonna see that and they're gonna be like, oh God, what is this? Everything in my reality is flipping upside down. And they'll just turn and run away, you know? If they don't, then we're just gonna have to throw so many of them out there that eventually it makes them go insane. And if it doesn't, well, then I guess we're screwed. I mean, we'll have spent the entire company budget on this sort of thing and it'll have gone nowhere completely. So we're putting all of our eggs in that basket. Okay, so back to the story before I get way off base here, as I already am. So what happened here, what happened in this story is there's a guy, I think he goes by the name of Peter Walters is his name. He sent a letter, and I'm not shitting you at all. He sent a letter to the City Council of Pendleton in an attempt to try to get them to ban fart smells. I'm not even... Fart smell, like actual, the smell from the air that comes out of your butt when you push it out and everything's all whatever. He's trying to get that smell banned from the city. It's 100%, I'm totally dead serious. Like, there are so many other things that he could have actually legitimately wanted to have banned, and he decided, whoa! He decided to go that route by getting fart smells banned. And here's the reasoning behind it. Apparently what happened late last week is that the city of Pendleton decided to ban the offensive smell of marijuana in the city, which is really ironic considering that in July, Oregon is going to be legalizing marijuana, so you're probably going to have to get used to that. It's going to be pretty hard for that to really hold up for too long, considering that people are going to be smoking the old hippie lettuce and the old Saskatoon grass or whatever. There's always new names coming out for that shit, so whatever. So yeah, so apparently what they did is they passed a little ordinance pretty much saying that, like, if you were to smell, you know, like pot smell on somebody's property, even if they're doing it in their own house, if you're able to smell it and you find it offensive, you can report that, and they'll get a fine for up to $500, up to $500 whole dollars over something as trivial as that. I thought that was insane. And it's it's crazy. Like, you can even just be walking by, just like minding your own business, and if you're able to smell that, like, you can get people in trouble over that. Like, look. I don't like the smell of pot either. Like, I personally think it's freaking gross. But you know what? Like, people are gonna do whatever they're gonna do. It's like, especially if it's in the comfort of their own house. Like, let them do what they want. Like, even if they're like your neighbors and you can smell it, just freaking get over it. You know, that's exactly why places like Walmart have an insanely large section of scented candles. Like, it's definitely not the end of the world if you can smell that. Like, you can light a candle in your own house and you won't even know. It's just, and especially considering they're going to legalize it, like, that's going to be something that you're really going to have to put up with. Like, you're not going to be able to get away from that. But apparently people really thought that that's just something that people are going to make room for them on that one. Okay, so we have one gem here. I don't know if we've got them all or not, but we'll just see. Because I don't know if I'm really going to be able to see anything going back that way. I hope that I got it, but we'll find out. So, with that in mind, this guy, this Peter Walters guy, he sends in a letter to the city council, and he basically was like using the marijuana ordinance to kind of try to set this thing up. I can't really read it verbatim. I have the article right here, but because I'm playing right now, I can't really just look over and do that. This is a time that I really wish I had a second head. That would be awesome. Oh, we missed it! Oh, there's 4 more boxes out there. Ah, whatever. I don't even care. I mean, I do care, but at the same time, I don't. At least we got the one. I'm cool with it. It's whatever. Even though we're actually going to have to go back and get the crystal, so I guess we do have to do it. So, okay, so this is what it was. He sent the letter, and I'll actually read it off now that I'm here. He says, "It was with great relief Thursday when I read in the East Oregonian that Pendleton City Council took the time to pass an amendment to the city's nuisance ordinance banning marijuana odor. Clearly, there has been no issue of greater importance facing the city. Not murder, not theft or, crime, but the smell of pot is just the most offensive thing that could have ever happened on the planet, according to this guy." And so, he's like, "Now that this important work has been completed, I hope that the council will move on to restricting the other offensive smell that plagues our community. Farts." In all caps. It's farts. And so, later on in there, he actually, like, at this point, like, you can kind of tell he was clearly, like, mocking the marijuana thing with this. And so, he ends up saying at the end of it, he kind of takes a concept and flips it on its end. He goes, there are some habitual farters out there that claim that they have to fart for medical purposes, but that doesn't mean that my kid should have to smell their gas. Like the whole thing where people are like, I know people have to smoke weed for medicinal purposes, but that doesn't mean that my kid should have to smell pot in order for them to do it. Do it in your own space or whatever, and don't make us have to deal with it. That sort of thing. But yeah, dude, I thought it was funny. Like, I think that, like, after reading that part of it, it kind of makes me think that it's really more for, like, parody reasons than it is for being something serious. I don't know if I can see anything here. I can't tell what's going on. I don't know. I can't see anything! This sucks. I don't know if I'm going to... Oh my god, this is awful. What in the all-fired hell's going on out here? Okay. God, I feel like Vince Lombardi right now. What the hell's going on out here? Okay. Somehow that went over really well. I did not anticipate that at all. I was thinking that was... Oh, boy. Jeez. Whew. That almost didn't work at all. The part that's going to get me here is how are we going to get those two... Why did he go away? The thing just disappeared into thin air. Did we, like, spin tornado him, like, out of our lives for good, or what happened there? He just, like, all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, see ya. Oh, I gotta take this call real quick. I'll see you later." And he just, like, disappears completely. I don't really know what happened there. We're good, though. So, yeah. Good old Oregonians, man. I don't really know what the hell it is with us here, but we find the weirdest things to try to make news. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if that guy was just like, what can I try to do to get into national news somehow? Oh, that's right. I'll send a letter to my city council trying to ban farts, just a natural human function that you do. I'll just try to do that instead. Maybe that'll give me some fame. And it worked. So kudos to you, Mr. Walters. You completed your own task, man. Okay, we gotta run. We really gotta move here. I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull this off, but I'm gonna try. We gotta get back here. We really gotta get back here. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it or not. Where are these boxes at? Oh shit, I can't see, Oh yes, here they are. Awesome, yes, this is great. We're gonna get it, man! We're gonna do it, I think. Just so long as I don't do something really stupid down here, we're gonna have this thing in the bag. Oh god, oh boy. Man, this is the time I really wish I had some more barbecue chicken right now. My dad made some of his famous barbecue chicken tonight while we watched the Rockets and Hornets game. Not Hornets, the Rockets and Warriors game is what we were watching. And dude, I knocked out like 5 or 6 pieces of that. Like normally I don't eat anywhere near that much of it, but today I had to indulge. Yeah, we got it. And I totally did. And it was awesome. I'm really glad that I did. Unfortunately, I don't think that there's any left, because everybody was all down with that. And so I think I might have to resort to eating popcorn again. I swear to God. Like, since I think I may have talked about this before, but since I moved to my grandma's house back in December, I have had just an insane amount of popcorn. Like, I'm eating a bag of that almost every day. That's crazy. I have had way too many instances of having kernels spot welded onto my tongue. Never a good thing. Alright, my friends, well, we have run out of time for this episode, so when we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Crash Bandicoot 2, we are gonna go and deal with my other arch nemesis. We get to have just the profound pleasure of another jetpack level that's probably going to be harder than the other one. So, when we come back, we're gonna tackle that, but until then, my friends, this is your host, AMF1534, saying thank you guys for watching, and watch out for farting. Because someone might try to ban your own ass gas smell. I mean, whatever.